So here's the latest Prius, and this one's got the all-wheel drive E system, and I had been really excited to drive this actually in some heavy winter weather, and that is exactly what we got during my few days trying it out here in Sudbury. And there's a full video review that I'll link in the comments, but for this specific video, I want to just focus on this hybrid all-wheel drive system and explain and show you how it works in a few different settings and give you some impressions. So basically this is the same as a regular Prius, but there is a cold climate specific nickel metal hydride battery on all-wheel drive models instead of the lithium ion battery you'll find elsewhere. And the all-wheel drive system is facilitated by simply adding one electric motor in the back to drive the rear wheels. And that sits within the rear suspension, roughly between those rear wheels. So basically it's just a regular Prius, but now one that can also have its rear wheels propelled by a motor. And from a stop, the rear wheels are always powered. And you can see here in ultra slow-mo, they don't get a ton of power. You can see the front wheels are doing a lot of the work. And full disclosure, all of these ultra slow motion shots are at full throttle. So that effect of the front wheels doing more of the work is really amplified here. But the point is that you can see the car gets moving right away, and it's hard to see, but the rear wheels are giving the car a good bit of push while the front wheels do the pulling. Now again, for the camera, I'm using full throttle so that it looks pretty dramatic, but in gentler driving, there's much less spin from the front wheels. Basically, the car just bites in and off you go. The important thing is that it begins moving as soon as you touch the gas. There's very little digging or spinning or second guessing, and if you're pulling out onto the road from a parking lot, you just squeeze the throttle, point, and off she goes right away. And that's exactly what you want an all-wheel drive system to do. So from the driver's seat, I would tell you that it's definitely not like a power slide monster, snow chucking all-wheel drive system. That's not how anyone's trying to use a Prius anyhow. Instead, it is just a perfect little boost of traction when you need it the most. In fact, once the rear wheels are no longer needed to help push you up to speed, they can still re-engage to help if you need it at up to about 65 kilometers an hour. And as a result, for the lighter-footed driver, well, it's exactly what you get in any other all-wheel drive car. Just point and shoot and off it goes right away. And leaving the front-wheel drive cars in the dust out of a snowy traffic light never gets old either. And here's a bit of footage from a very steep driveway. And I've stopped the car on the steepest part of this driveway several times, and this is so slippery it's kind of hazardous to walk on. And I wanted to see if the car would make its way up, and it did. And so we added more snow in varying amounts to help make the test more challenging. And even when I was sure it was going to get stuck, well, it was just a moment or two of extra wheel spin, and it found traction and used it, and off it went. So if you're an existing Prius owner, there's literally nothing to get used to other than a much higher degree of capability and peace of mind when the going gets really greasy. And if you're not a current Prius owner, I would tell you this provides full all-wheel drive grip that you're expecting, despite turning in fuel mileage that cements it firmly as Canada's most fuel-efficient all-wheel drive car. And the ride is really good on really rough roads, and the headlights are awesome, but it's just not really very exciting to drive. Thankfully for the money, many other cars are, if that's important to you. But if instead you just want something that's easy to drive, good in the snow, and very good on fuel, then you'll want to give this a try as well. My tester was on winter tires because I don't use all seasons in conditions like this, and neither should you. Thanks for watching.